Hello everyone, welcome to video 3 of this acrylic and sand series. As you might have seen my other two videos, number 1 and number 2 of course, I suggest watching the very first video in case you did not already, as I give some information about the paints that I use, which you can see here blended in this video as well, but I will not talk that much about it. So head over to the first video and have a look at this one, then probably watch the second one until you continue with the third one here. So having this said, let's just continue with the project. And this will be actually pouring number 5, and this video will only show this pour because this one was a bit larger. It's a 40 by 40 centimeter canvas. In this pour I wanted to use my black, white and goldish color palette, which I really love, and I wanted to apply some gold leaf in the very end, which you might have seen in some of my other videos, and I do have a quite long tutorial on how to make these on my channel as well. If you like to watch it, head over there. Yeah, and basically I had some leftover paint from the previous painting, which was my metallic pink color, which is a gorgeous color, and so I just made an underpainting on this project, which I thought might look cool if some of the pinkish tones might shimmer through. No idea, never tried it, but I thought it might look cool if any in the end will shine through. What I had in mind again for this one was some kind of acrylic pour stripe in the very middle to be the center part of this piece, and to have it bordered by 2 darker sand stripes at the top and the bottom. So this was my go-to project for here, so quite a simple one, but I hope a cool looking one. And to start off, when the underpainting was done, I just poured my colors into the cup as we usually do for a dirty pour. So this was white, black and a gold color, and it was a regular acrylic gold color and some rest amount of my metallic gold color that I had left over. Actually, I put it into a cup and did not want to do a flip cup because I did not really know what to expect on that size of the canvas, so I more or less poured it onto the canvas and spread it around. Having canvases that size always is a bit tricky with paint, as you never really know how the paint behaves, how it reacts, if the result is what you expect it to be, as far as you can expect it anyways with this technique. But so I spread the color around to have at least the areas covered that I want to have in my centerpiece, so which are not actually covered by the sand in the final result. And it looked almost cool, so I used my torch to bring up some cells. And before I used the torch I could already see some of the lacing which is going to happen. So if you look at the left side of the painting, when you have this darker goldish layers covered by a very thin coat of white paint, these are areas which are for sure going to lace when you apply the heat to it. So the silicone will rise up and you will have tiny cells. So I torched it to bring up the cells, and this was it for the first part. So I had to let it dry again. Oh yes, and as you can see before, of course, it was dry. I added the gold leaf. I just used some tiny sheets of gold leaf, rubbed it in between my fingers and let it flow onto it. So there was no pressure added, it was just the gold leaves crumbled between my fingers and let it rinse down on there by gravity, more or less. On the next day, when everything was dry, I measured out the sizes of the borders, which the sand are going to form in the end, so that both sides have about the same thickness, so that it looks even in the end. I also thought about which color I should use for the sand. It should be something dark. I did not really want to use black, so for this piece I wanted to do somewhat royal, and decided for my phthalo cyanine blue, which, as you might know already, I really love. So this one is just gorgeous, and it dries really dark, so I expected it to be a very cool color which matches with the golden color palette anyways, but it is not black, so there is another color tone into it which makes it hopefully more interesting to look at. So I mixed my phthalo cyanine blue with the PVA glue and the sand, mixed it to the consistency that I needed. When the sand mixture was mixed, I covered the painting with my tape just to protect the painting itself and put the mixture onto it. And again, as a side note, if you want to avoid having your sand mixture going underneath the tape, just start adding the sand on top of the tape and scratch it or spread it over to the canvas part. So you do not really risk that anything goes underneath the tape and you will have a clean edge in the end. When the sand was applied, I instantly removed the tape again, just to not allow the paint and sand mixture dry onto the tape. If it does, you will not be able to remove the tape, or if you remove the tape and you manage to remove the tape, you will not have a clear edge in the end. So just remove it right away. Therefore, make sure that your mixture is thick enough to not flow around, so that the hard edge that you're going to achieve when you remove the tape does not collapse and just flow onto the painting. So make sure that your mixture is stiff enough. This one is a shorter video as the last ones because the technique is quite the same, but I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions, please leave me in the comments. Please also comment if you liked this, if you liked the idea in general, if you have any suggestions for future videos, of course. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe. Also head over to some other videos to have a look what else I am doing, because besides this acrylic pouring, I also do some realism drawings and paintings tutorials. So thank you for watching, thank you for commenting and subscribing, and I see you in the next video. Have a great day, bye bye.